Hi everyone, Marina here. I've got a challenge. Well, and it's for me too, actually. I want to make a junk journal out of all the recycling items and some memorabilia pieces that I have. I have this little box and it has things I've had since I was a kid, and just saving like funny letters from kids at school and cards and anyway, lots of stuff. So I picked some things out. One is this paint drawing I did when I was about, I think I was 16. And I love the universe and astronomy. So, here it is right there, proof of that. 12, I chewed a lot of gum, bubble gum. And we made these, and mine was much longer. So, I chewed a lot of gum. Sage, just a bunch of sage. I thought it would be nice if I could just like put some texture, like I could glue this down. I don't even know. I really don't know what I'm doing. So we'll see what happens. Little funny things I found. There's a worry doll. There's some other beads. These little things here are touchstones that someone gave to me or I made. And so what a junk journal is, they're different. This one's going to be recycling items and memorabilia. So I'm going to take this piece here and I'm going to cover this one here. Probably going to have to put like something solid down here, like maybe just like a piece of paper that you get like an 8.5 by 11 printer paper, because I have that here too. These are the things that I have at home. I'm not in my studio, so I just have things here. Okay, so I'm gonna cover it like that. So it's a really personal, automatically becomes very personal. And then I have, my book on poetry, which I have some beautiful poems in here that I love. It's an old book, I love it, it looks bad, it's been worn out. This is a scoring board, and all my pieces to cut and to trim. Then I went, and these are the things that I had originally thought a junk journal was recycling items. So I have a bunch of recycling items, but don't want to throw things away. I really, don't want to make the earth worse. So I thought, okay, these would be like little pockets. I could just add them like that, or I have no idea what I'm doing. So you're on the road with me. Back with a bunch of items that I collected all over through my house, because I don't really collect magazines or scrappbooking stuff. I just have art items. I thought, okay, go for it. I'm going to do a doodle. Here's my doodles. I have a lot of these / art. This is from a tutorial I have. Check it out. It's on YouTube. Really easy to do. / a card that my friend gave me, and I love some cards, more art, some cards I had made for my artwork. I'm selling these on my website. I'll give you all the directions, and let's see here. Let's see all the stuff that I had before, that I showed you before, and then I have found this material. I've had this since I was 12. So all this is somehow going to become a journal, and I think that's cool. So I will organize it, get to it, and figure out how to do it, because I've never done one of these before. Ta-da! All neat and ready to go. Okay, so all the things I have here, I have a paper, I actually clothespin them together because I didn't have any clips. So you use whatever you can, and I see everything on the table that I need. I'm going to use some varnish, matte varnish. No, it's actually gloss from Liquitex. That's what I have, a medium. I'm hoping that works for glue. I'll find out right now. Okay, so all the things are here, and I've got them clipped up, so I don't want to run through. I don't want to really run through time, but so these are all the items. These are a book I made, some fabric I had when I was a kid, maps, some other pieces, prints that I was experimenting with my printer. I also found a bunch of doodles and some artwork. I thought, I could put that in also. And from my violin book, and then this is from a big magazine. I like the color, so I thought I'll try that one too. Some poetry. These are all the ones that I had put a little clip mark on them. So I obviously wanted to see for them to do something. Art, just like some headlines in New Yorker magazines. And this is all paper that I'm going to use. And I increased my size. I think this is the size. So on top of everything else that I showed you before, this is everything organized somehow. Okay, but what I want to do is show you what I've done so far. So this is just going to be how I'm going to make this happen. So it's going to be a memorabilia. I'm an artist, so I'm going to have some of my art pieces, meaning some doodles and some sketches, and some prints that I was making, just doing some prints, just trying them out on my printer, which is really great. And so, okay, this is what's called, this is going to be the front of it and the back of it. And I'm going to take this, I've already cut this to size for the width, and then I'm going to cover it over this way. I have my glue. This is tacky glue. I'm going to maybe add some water to it. I don't know. I'm going to look into that. Also, if you don't have glue, I looked online. There's other ways to make glue. I didn't have all the items, so I didn't do it. This was in my studio space, so I grabbed it. And so then I made, so what you were doing is they're making signatures, which are little mini books. And so I cut this and found the center, and then I did three holes horizontally. I'm going to take this here. This is going to be one of my signatures. It's called that. And I'm going to match the holes with this here. And then what you do is you take this piece here and you start to fill it up with different recycling items. That's the junk part of the journal, is the stuff that you have. So I found some paper that I thought was bags, and I'm going to cut. So I'm going to cut everything to size to fit this here like that. Like that, and I have some some textured paper. I thought that'd be cool. This is the bottom of this bag. This is kind of cool. And then I showed you other things that I had to prepare, and I found a few more things. So I'm going to do all the cutting, and then I will come back. I did cover this with that one piece. It's certainly not perfect, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. I found the little holes I put there. For a second I thought I wasn't going to find them, and then I thought, okay, how do I start this thing? And well, this is one way. I started this. This is great. And I have these pieces of film. It's used for a long time ago when they didn't have color printers. I mean, and you would just you would print your things in black and white, and then you would print them in black and white, and then you would iron over the black with this film, and you would have different color type. That's what I had experienced going to school. So I thought, oh, hey, this is really cool. I wanted to know what I was going to do with it, this film, and I thought, I'm going to do this. And so I'm just, layering, and I've got quite a few. And that's what I'm going to do. I see some pieces here that I was using a long time ago. And layer it, maybe cut it. And, I've got to tell you, I'm not really a patient person. I'm experiencing a lot of impatience, but I think I'm going to have some fun here. So this is going to be the front of my cover, and this is how I'm going to add color. And see here, I don't know if you can see that, but there is some type on there. So I will do that, and then I will get to the insides. I don't know, maybe something like that. And so that's how I'm going to start this cover, just like this. All right, everyone, I started to do something, and I wanted to show you what I was doing. I know you get much more information from people who are excellent at this. I am just turning down. I'm kind of having some fun. So I am putting glue. This is tacky glue. I just added water. I don't know if you're supposed to, but I did. And I think it's okay. And if not, I'll find out. So there you go. So I'm doing this, covering this all up. I'll show you what I did on the other side, and you'll see. I want to show you what I'm doing. So because I have the other side, you'll see. I'm just going to fold all these extra pieces over. To show you how things turned out. I'm holding my camera right now. I'm not putting it on my tripod, but this is what it looks like. I decided to cut little pieces in the middle and kind of make it with the little squares. I've got to tell you, this is quite an experience, and I've got a giant mess there, and I've got to organize. So part of this is organizing. So organizing back everything back together again so I can start with the signatures. But this is the cover of my book, and it has to dry right now. It's all wet, or the glue hasn't dried yet. So I'm going to now start cutting out the sizes for the signatures to go inside, and then creating this book. It feels like it's going to take a little while, but you know what? It's something to do. Okay, in cutting, I just thought I'd show you real fast. I am just using this first signature as my template, and then I'm just, so I'm getting, 1 second here. There we go. And I'm not trying to be exact, just trying to keep it, just do it in a way that is easy and not too stressful about this perfection of it right now, because the perfection I think is going to be, well, actually there's no perfection in this thing. I just want it to be an easy project of, and also using my recycling items. And so there's that. I have more. I have this one here that I cut like that. So that's how I'm using my tools, just letting you know. This is so this is just basically, I cut one signature, and this is going to be my template for all the sizes that go inside. Now I've got, I think I have enough pages, and if not, I can always add more, but I'm going to use these. See, as you can see, I'm not trying to be perfect, but just getting, because it's going to be clunky. And that way you can see that I am just going about folding to put in the pages. So it's basically making 3 little books out of, and this is just a bag, some bag for somewhere. Anyway, so this is what I'm doing, and this is all going to go in, and I'm going to put all my pieces in there. You could probably, even if you wanted to, and I frankly don't want to, but you could probably see this fabric material. You could sew some things in here, and I could do that, but I don't think I'm going to. I have my brushes and my glue. I'm going to water it down, as I said. I have a, now some of you may not have this, but you know, if you're a sewer, you'll have a lot of needles. I have a large needle. See, I just took it out of its, the needle hole, but I have this piece here. I don't know how many people know that this is a threader. So you take this, and I hope you can see it, and you put this little metal piece through the eye hole of the needle, so that now you have an open piece that's open there. You can't, I hope you can see it. You just push that in there and pull it out, and then you pull it through the eye needle, and you don't have to worry about trying to eye it yourself. So I've got this great needle. So what I'm going to do, and I've already done that here, hold on, to untangle this. This is what happens when you are learning all this stuff. Okay, so I already put it through here, through one of the holes. So what I'm going to do is take it through, this is the first page that I want to do. So I also, so then I marked this one here, my first signature. Here are the 3 marks where the holes have to be. And I'm just literally just gonna, because it's paper, I'm gonna take it through here. I did one already, and I have to line it up. And it would be great if you had some kind of clip, which I don't have. So you take it through there. It's kind of hard, doable though. Make the hole a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to pull it through here. There we go. Now I made 3 holes, but really I think I only should have made 2, so I'm just going to use 2, because that way I can now take it through here, and then make sure this is not going to pull in any way. Pull it all the way through, and then I'm going to pull it like this so that it's evenly, all the paper is even. Then I'm going to come through here, I'm going to look for my hole that's here on this page here. I'm going to come right through here. Again, not so easy, but doable. Didn't come through all the way, right way. Hold on. And, all right, let's see. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to move it around so that the hole gets a little bit bigger and is looser in there. Then I'm going to take it, and now I'm going to put it through this hole here. And I just want to do one. I'll do the rest of them and I'll show you when it's finished. Okay, some of the things I use just really quickly. So that's how I'm going to do that. Other people have other solutions. You look online and you'll find their solutions. So this is an art piece. This is a book from violin. I'm learning the violin. And New Yorker. I love the magazine. I mostly for the cartoons, of course, and the stories. And are the fiction stories that they have. I learned about, I get to know more authors. This is just, you know what that is, right? A piece of packaging, a bag, more art, more music. This one is a potato chip bag. I just thought it was really pretty, and you really can't even get the beauty of it on camera, but just I'll let you know it is pretty. Extra piece of paper, more of that, and more of that. Okay, that's that. So I have that. That one's done. I'm excited. I'm going to do that. And then, so I'll do all three of these here, and they'll be in there. So basically, I'm putting, like, this would be like almost blank paper, except for this one. This is going to be, so I'm going to take this here, and I have found a bunch of buttons. I think I'm going to make something, a design with the buttons. I may just have a page of buttons glued on, which is going to be cool. I have, again, like I showed you, this from when I was 12. I made that. I'm going to do that. I found this headline, said, so you're an artist, that's what you do, that's me. And then I have a lot of like different little sketches. They're all in a different book. Here's another one here. And just going to cut them to size and put them down. This is a picture of when I first had my first art show. And this is a little book that I made. It's called How to Have a Good Day. And I just make these and I give them to people because they're just like the 1, 2, 3. About, you know, happiness is a decision, so decide. You are perfect. You make life better. Just positive things. Then I have some other pieces here. So all these things are going to go in this book. Now that I've shown you the basic parts of this, I'm going to put it all together, and then I'm going to show you when it's finished. But I also want to mention to you how in the process of this, I found that there's other things that you can make books out of. I just happen to have this fabric, but I had this purse, and I just love this purse, but it was already falling apart. So I took it to pieces, I took it apart, and I thought, wouldn't this be a cool book? Actually, so what I would do is I'd get an old book that I already had that I didn't want, and I would glue this to the front. And these are just ideas. And this would be a book, another kind of a scrapbook. And I wanted to add fabric, but that's going to be if I do another project down the line. And so all these pieces here. So just heads up on things you can also do. So last thing I want to mention to you, I happened to find this pop-up book. When I was in school, I had a project in advertising, and I made a pop-up for one of my ads. And I thought this might be a fun project to do further. Maybe I'm going to do one of these down the line. Just a heads up, we're going to do a pop-up project. Also, I have this little purse I made. I have 3 sizes, and I made a pattern. A friend of mine gave me this leather pieces, and I made a purse out of it. So I sewed it just together. It's so simple, and I have to tell you, people see it and they just love it. They're like, "Oh my God, Marina, where'd you get that purse?" And so I want to. This is going to be another project that's going to be down the line, along with some necklaces, earrings, drawings, beading, inspirational books, and inspiration. And so that is what we're going to do. So I'm going to stop now, and we're going to get on, and you're going to see the project in a few minutes. Here's my book. It's got the 3 signatures in it, and this is the back of it. This is where they are tied together. And I started to, I thought, oh, just hurry up and show you what I'm doing. And so, okay, here's this piece. I thought, oh, this would be like a perfect piece to be right here. So I got my glue, and I'm gonna just put this here, make it thicker, and to just like, this would be like, just go around my book. So then move to the next page, and I'll leave that there flat. I'm gonna, so here's that piece here. So then I'm going to add, so something right here. So I have this, here it is, my poems. Bring these out. Here's some more. I'll use this one here. Open that up. Where's that one here? Oops. Boy, it's hard to do, organize things. Okay, so really, it's like really good to be organized, and I am, and then also it takes some time to learn all this stuff. So here, actually, I have these old frames, and I can go ahead and take my brush. Oops, oh my goodness. You can see that this is the first time I've ever done a project like this. So normally I paint and I draw, do portraits and landscape. Oops, so I don't do a lot with glue. Although I have. So it's turning out to be a memorabilia creative journal, and put that right there. And so that's what this is going to be. And you can make yours anything. You could give it a theme. You could make it a journal that you're going to write in, or kind of a collection like what I'm doing here. So as you know, I'm going to finish this up. All right, this is the finished project, and this is called the Recycled Art Memorabilia Journal, Junk Journal. I guess I have to add that. And it's here's all my recycling pieces in there. It's not neat. I mean, it's not even. So I cut them pretty much two size. Some were small, and I just went with it. I'm not going to try and be perfect. And this is what it turned out like. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to add more things to it. These are some pieces. This is a little book I did, and some frame pieces I had extra. This was pretty easy, as I did, and I have to clip this a little bit. So just a little bit of trimming, not a big deal. But anyway, this was a fun project. I'm glad you came along with me. I hope you do one yourself, or you could even, make it smaller. They don't have to be this size, and you could have a great time. Doing this. It could be a kid project. You could do it with your kids. You could do it with a group of ladies or group of guys. It's up to you. But it's kind of almost like what are they? We used to have those picture books where you put in your photo albums. Right. This is like kind of another. This is like a journal album, and I think you should try it. You should try it at least once. And thank you, and thank you for coming on my journey with me. I'm going to do more projects, so stay tuned. Okay, bye.